I refer to Senior Minister Teo Chee Hean's speech in Parliament, where he commented on my idea of a caretaker government. I think he may have missed my main point, which is simply this. In view of COVID-19, the government must now make a choice. It is either to call an early general election in 2020 or to wait until the last possible date in 2021. The issue is how to exercise this choice. If the government chooses to call an early general election, they will expose over 2.6 million Singaporeans to COVID-19, which will run the risk of creating a health crisis. Senior Minister Teo also said in Parliament that an early general election will allow Singapore to decide who they want to captain the ship into the future. But can he accept that an early general election means that the ship will potentially carry many more Singaporeans infected with COVID-19? And is this the risk he is prepared to take with our overtaxed health crisis? A later election may take place at a time when the COVID-19 situation has improved, which is a realistic hope and not a fanciful wish. Vaccines are being tested as we speak. We are doubling down on social containment measures, and these will get even more effective. We remain hopeful that we will not see a rise in imported cases after the recent few waves. The whole world has stepped up their COVID fighting measures. China is a good example of an improving situation, so there is cause for hope in time. I think Singapore deserves to be given the fighting chance to wait out this season without having to worry about a potentially hazardous early general election. Now, if my prediction is wrong and the COVID situation becomes so bad that the government cannot hold general elections by April 2021, we have laws to cover an emergency situation, such as the Emergency Essential Powers Act, where Section 2 states that the President may make any regulations referred to in this Act as essential regulations, which he considers desirable or expedient for securing the public safety, the defense of Singapore, the maintenance of public order, and of supplies and essential service to the life of the community. So the powers are there. The only question is, how will the President exercise those powers? The risk here is but a legal constitutional problem as to whether a caretaker government can be formed. However, a constitutional problem does not infect people with COVID-19. A constitutional problem will not take away the life of loved ones. A constitutional problem can overcome. So here is the choice. Hold an early election and cause a far worse health crisis, or delay the general election to 2021 and face a possible constitutional problem if no general election can be held by April 2021. And the answer is obvious. We are now talking about life and death. Real lives are at stake. We must put all our energies and resources to fight COVID-19. The general election can wait. Our ministers and ministries are already hard-pressed. If an election were to occur, they would have to spread themselves out even thinner, deciding how to safely, if that is even possible, to carry out the process of elections. It is not a simple matter. A lot of energy and time will be spent planning the logistics and mechanics of this and that. Can we afford this now? The government's utmost priority now is to prevent a health crisis and focus the next 12 months on virus containment. Singaporeans must be given the chance and hope that in the 12 months we will have a safer Singapore through the tremendous efforts of the international health community, our frontline fighters, and the resilience of our people. My message to the government is very clear. Concentrate on doing your job well for the next 12 months. And let's keep everybody safe. A captain can steer the ship, but if there's anything we have learned in the last few months, it's that if the people on the ship are sick and infection is spreading, it can take a long time to find safe harbor. In that scenario, the $48 billion resilience package would sadly be a futile exercise. For your information, I've also listed countries who have postponed elections in the light of the situation in the description of this on my Facebook post for Singaporeans to look at and consider. I do not make this suggestion lightly, but since we are looking at a potential life and death situation, let us make the right decision and choose life over politics, for country, for people. Thank you.